Hi, Nathan Davis here for Cryptid Studies Institute or cryptidsi.org. Today I want to post a video about something that was just brought to my attention. Obviously he's been out there for a while, but of course I don't keep up with a lot of the stuff going on in the field like I used to, which is Sasquatch Ontario, which is on YouTube. A friend of mine asked me to check out some of his stuff and give my opinion on what I thought of it. And I watched some of his videos and listened to some of the audio, and I have to say it's a bit fishy to me. The audio, even though he claims it's not within human range, it does not appear to be outside of human range. And this is not saying that he's a hoaxer. I don't know him. It's not like Rick Dyer, who has a history. This man, I don't know him, and I don't know if he is hoaxing or not. I'm just going by, my own research over the last decade or more, and my own opinion of this. And from the vocalizations that I've heard, they don't fit within the par of vocalizations that I'm familiar with, from Sierra Sounds to my own recordings, and others, that I can match my recordings up to somebody in other parts of the country or continent, this being Canada, and find some similarities. Here I can't find any similarities. When I listen to it, it does not sound like a language. It sounds like, sloth from the Goonies. I'm sorry, that's the only thing I thought when I heard it was sloth from the Goonies. And I got a kick out of that, because I was just picturing this guy's in a tent, and Sloth, in his Superman shirt with his suspenders, sitting outside his tent, just yelling, "Mike!" I'm sorry, that's the only thing I thought. And then he had another one, mythical. Let me look it up. I pulled it up and I don't have it up now. Mythical Intent or something, or Mythical Intellect, I think it's called. And that one, he said that the Bigfoot was taking selfies. That one seemed a bit odd because the eyes were all different, and one of them looked like a taxidermied eye. Because it just didn't seem right. They were all different shapes and styles of eyes. The one that looked taxidermied, it did not look. That's what it looked like. It looked like a plastic eye. And with something that's coming from a consumer grade camera, getting an image from something that close up to be as clear as it was on the one that I consider to be a taxidermied eye is very difficult. Most consumer grade cameras, you have to switch them into a mode, macro mode, in order to get a close up that clear. The other ones were out of focus. This one was clear. Some newer consumer grade cameras do have intelligent focus, where it basically switches the range depending on how close the subject is. Being a photographer and a videographer and working in tech support for photography equipment, I know these things quite extensively. I've been doing this for 10 years. And so it just did not add up to being legitimate. And the eyes they just didn't look right. So I'm a bit skeptical of his evidence. I'm not saying he's a hoaxer. I'm not putting him down. When I went and posted about Todd Standing and my, doubt about his evidence, somebody commented, "Why do people do this? Why do people, put down evidence?" that is spectacular. I mean, if you have spectacular evidence, why do you have to sit there and scrutinize it? Because the skeptics in the scientific community are going to do that. They're going to scrutinize thoroughly that evidence. And for me, if you're putting out evidence, then you should be for validating their existence to bring about scientific studies or whatever, if that's your point. If that's not your point, then don't put anything out there. And if you don't like scrutiny, don't put anything out there. I and others are going to scrutinize. I scrutinize my own, stuff because I look at it and go, okay, could it be this? Could it be that? I scrutinize the heck out of what I get because I know others are going to do that. And even stuff that I know is going to be scrutinized, I might put out there because I know with what I was experiencing that it couldn't be anything else. So, I think those people that sit there and say, don't scrutinize, or how dare you scrutinize such, spectacular evidence or whatever, really need to understand that that's what's going to happen because that's what's needed in this field is scrutiny. And not mean-spirited scrutiny, but scientific and factual scrutiny, where we sit there and we look at these things and we say, hey, all right, is this adding up to being legitimate? And if you can't handle that, then don't put anything out there. But yeah, I'm about to go for a week to Tennessee to visit my friend Johnny Henderson, and I'm going to bring quite a bit of equipment to see what I can capture. I hope to capture something, and I'm hoping that we can do a live show out there on the YouTube channel Chasing Night Shadows. So I will be posting something about that later on. But I wanted to post this quick video basically going over what I thought of Sasquatch Ontario's stuff. I'm not saying that it isn't legitimate, but it does not fit with anything I'm familiar with, first off, and it is a bit fishy. And the other thing that bothers me, and people that do this, I think that you have to realize that you're going to get scrutinized for it, is when you take and you turn off your comments. To me, that means that you don't like to be challenged. You don't want your evidence to be challenged. You don't want to defend yourself. I have no problem leaving my comments on. The only thing I will delete is things that are vulgar and have bad language. That to me is unnecessary. But I will definitely debate anybody on that. And I think that if you're not willing to do that, then that's a little odd too. You should be willing to defend your evidence if it's legitimate. If you're not, then people will question it because it's like, wait a minute, this guy's putting out all this stuff, but he's not willing to talk to anybody about what, or anybody that's skeptical. He's not willing to take those people on. That's a bit odd, but to each their own. So anyway, this is my video basically on Sasquatch Ontario and what I think. Thanks for watching.